If you've ever won a hurdle race in high school, you've dreamed of becoming an Olympian. Cause the moment you get a taste of winning, you get hooked on it. And the hurdles are a race that proves who's real and who's not. Cause only a real track athlete can hurdle their way down the track. And if you're really good, you're much less concerned with whatever's happening in the other lanes, and much more about what the clock has to say whenever you cross the line. But what really happens to the fastest boys in the 110 hurdles in high school? Cause only one high school boy can run the fastest time in the nation. And the truth is that high school track and field is really just the start of any track athlete's career. To make this list as the best 110 hurdler in the nation, the criteria is simple. You have to run the fastest recorded time that is FAT and win legal on either MileSplit or Athletics.net for that year. I also have to point out that the high hurdles get even higher when a high school boy goes up to the college level. As a result, they'll probably slow down a bit before they figure it out. So here is a breakdown of what really happened to the fastest high school boys in the 110 hurdles every single year for the past 10 years. Some names that you might recognize and others that you've likely forgotten. Cause it doesn't really matter how fast you start as much as it does how well you finish. And before we get into this list, I have to go over a few honorable mentions. The young men who weren't the fastest when they came out of high school, but they made up for it the moment they got to college. Grant Holloway was not the fastest high school hurdler in the year 2016, but that's only a technicality, because he was really good at just about every single event that he ever attempted. Competing out of Virginia, he went 13:51 in the 110 hurdles and 21:27 in the 200 meter dash. But he long jumped 25 feet, 11 and a half inches, and he high jumped 6'10". Nobody should be surprised that when he got to college and focused only on hurdling, he dominated the event. At the University of Florida, he became the collegiate record holder, running 12.98 seconds. But he was undefeated in every NCAA championship that he ever attended for 3 years straight. And that means, as a freshman, indoors in the 60 hurdles, he won it all. And he even won a 60-meter dash championship at the NCAAs without hurdles, just because he could. He's the world record holder in the 60 hurdles and the second fastest ever in the 110s. He's an Olympic medalist and a world champion, and his career is still ongoing. But you could already argue he's the GOAT from here on out. But in 2017, Trey Cunningham dominated high school track and field in the state of Alabama. He actually ran 13:35, which was just barely off of the boy who actually ran the fastest time in the nation. But he made up for it the moment he got to college, and in 2022, he beat him at the NCAA championships. He ran the second fastest time in collegiate history and picked up the torch from Grant Holloway, who'd won everything up till that point. But Trey Cunningham won the indoor and outdoor championships when he was gone. He only lost the ACC championship one time, which was a fluke because he ran the fastest time in the prelims that year. And he's already a world championship silver medalist with great things in store from here on out. But Daniel Roberts, out of the state of Georgia in 2016, is Grant Holloway's only legitimate rival. It's fitting that they graduated the same year and competed back and forth in the SEC. He ran 13:40 in high school, which was dangerously close to the fastest time in the nation. And he would have dominated the SEC if Grant Holloway wasn't there. And he graduated college as the third fastest man ever in collegiate history with no NCAA titles, once again because of Grant. But his biggest accomplishment is a USA Championship in 2019 after losing at the NCAAs earlier that season. And he's an Olympic semi-finalist who's still on the track in 2023, hurdling very fast. And he's proof that hard work pays off, even when you're competing against an all-time great. But this list really gets started with the most recent addition to it, Jadyn Marshall, out of the state of California in 2022. He ran 13:49 at the Texas Relays, which is a long way from home. But the truth is, he is a two-sport athlete, playing football as well. As a 4-star recruit, he signed with UCLA and played sparingly as a freshman and had his fair share of challenges on the track as well. The Pac-12 doesn't have an indoor championship, and he didn't qualify for the NCAAs, indoors or outdoors, and his freshman year PR was 14:08. And in that race, he finished third at a dual meet between UCLA and USC. And he false started at the Pac-12 championships, so he didn't record a time. But remember, he splits his focus between football and track and field. So we really don't know yet just how good he could become. In 2021, it was Phillippe, out of the state of Florida, who ran 13:45 to become the fastest hurdler in the nation. He actually continued his career at the JUCO level and ran one season for New Mexico Junior College. But he was a junior college success. He made the NJCAA finals, both indoors and outdoors, finishing 5th indoors and 2nd outdoors. He actually ran 13:85 wind legal, but since that point, hasn't run officially at all in 2023. So it seems that Phillippe and the amazing talent that he has might not ever be seen on the track again. But the year 2020 was a shortened track season for everybody. But that didn't stop Leonard Mustari from running the fastest time in the nation out of the state of Florida. He ran 13:84 as a junior, which was only a glimpse of his true potential. And when he did go to college, he chose North Carolina A&T. His first collegiate season was 2022 indoors, and he didn't win the Big South Conference Championship in the 60 hurdles. But it didn't matter, because at the NCAA Championships, he finished 2nd, which is a big deal, because he disappeared from the track immediately thereafter. He followed his college coach to the University of Tennessee and didn't run again till the 2023 indoor season. We can only speculate about why, but he only ran one indoor meet in 2023, and outdoors, he finished 4th at the SEC Championships. But with years of eligibility remaining, he's likely a threat to win an NCAA championship at some point in the future. The year 2019 belongs to another junior, Jamar Marshall, who ran 13:22 out of the state of California once again to become the fastest hurdler in the nation. Allow me to make myself very clear. That is the 2nd fastest time ever recorded in high school. And by the way, he is the older brother for Jadyn Marshall, who is also on this list. Jamar chose Arizona State in the Pac-12 and made the NCAA championships as a freshman in the 60 hurdles, which is hard to do, and then won the Pac-12 championship outdoors as a freshman once again in the 110s. He finished 5th at the outdoor NCAAs, and then followed it up as a sophomore, going 3rd at the NCAA indoor. He repeated as the Pac-12 champion as a sophomore and ran 13:39, but mysteriously didn't run at the NCAA outdoor meet, perhaps due to injury. And in 2023, he's disappeared entirely from collegiate track and field. So hopefully, we get to see him and his amazing talent back on the track soon. However, the year 2018 belongs to Cameron Murray out of the state of Georgia. He ran 13:52 to once again become the king of the hurdles in high school. And he took his talents to Tennessee in the SEC. And for whatever the reason, never ran the hurdles as a freshman, but he transferred to NC State in the ACC, where he became the hurdler we all knew he could. He worked his way up from the bottom, failing to make the ACC championship finals, indoors and outdoors, and eventually, in 2022, making the NCAA meet outdoors. In 2023, he finished 10th at the NCAA's indoors, but won the ACC championship outdoors in the 110s, and won the NCAA East Regional. He ran a PR of 13:39, but he did not finish his race at the NCAA outdoor meet. It's a disappointing end to the best stretch of hurdling he's ever had, and we don't know if we'll see more of him after his collegiate career. But he's always had the talent to put it all together, and I'm glad to see that it looked like he started to do it. The year 2017 stands out because Eric Edwards out of Texas ran the fastest time in the nation, 13:32, into a legitimate minus headwind. He was a junior at the time who eventually chose Oregon to continue his career, and it was not a fluke because he won the Pac-12 championship as a freshman in the 110 hurdles. He even made the NCAA final, only to be disqualified after it. He transferred to LSU after that season and earned medals at the SEC championships, indoors and outdoors, every single year from that point on. He finished 5th indoors at the NCAAs in 2021, running a PR of 7:58. But he saved his best race for his last race, running a PR of 13:15 in the NCAA final of 2022. He would have been the champion, but he lost to the same boy who was right behind him in high school, Trey Cunningham. But he's still the 5th fastest hurdler of all time with that performance, so that's a pretty legitimate consolation prize. And in 2016, Marcus Krah, out of North Carolina, ran 13:25 at the Junior National Meet to become the fastest high school hurdler. That race makes him one of the fastest high school hurdlers ever, and he chose to stay home and attend UNC in the ACC. But he struggled a lot as a Tar Heel. He only made one ACC final in the 110 hurdles, and that was as a freshman, where he finished 6th. In fact, all of his PRs were recorded during his freshman season. He ran 14:21 in the 110s, which isn't bad for Division I, but it sure enough ain't NCAA level, and he seems to have ended his career prematurely after only 2.5 seasons. Marcus is proof that high school is just the beginning of your track career, and most people won't remember it, but they will remember everything that happened after it. 2015 belongs to Kendall Sheffield, out of Texas, who ran 13:42 wind legal. But he stands out because he was also a football player. In fact, he was so good, he was a 5-star recruit who went to Alabama to start his football career. He didn't run track at Alabama at all, and then transferred to Blinn Community College, where he didn't run track for them either. But he came back to D1 at Ohio State in the Big Ten, and he did run track a little bit for the Buckeyes. He never even ran the hurdles in college, not even once, but he was fast in the 60-meter dash, finishing 2nd at the Big Ten championships, running 6.63. That was in 2018, and he focused on football outside of that, but football panned out for him. Now he's an NFL player for the Houston Texans after becoming a 4th-round pick in 2019. We'll never know what he really could have done on the track, but in all likelihood, he's got way more potential than we'll ever know. In 2014, Isaiah Moore of North Carolina ran 13:40 at the outdoor national meet to become the fastest hurdler in the nation. He chose South Carolina in the SEC to continue his career, and he had success while he was there, making SEC championship finals basically every year from from 2015 to 2019. He took 2018 off, but broke through as an NCAA championship finalist in 2017. He made the indoor and outdoor finals in 2019 and saved his best race for his last race, where he finished third at the NCAAs. He ran 13:37 to do it and was last seen on the track at the Olympic trials in 2021 as a semi-finalist. But Isaiah Moore is what never giving up on your career actually looks like, and he has a bunch of collegiate medals to show for it. The final name on this list is Tony Brown, once again from the state of Texas. One full decade ago, he ran 13:38 in 2013 at the Texas Relays. He was also fast in the 100 and competed his entire career at Alabama in the SEC. He actually ran his PR in the 60 hurdles as a freshman, but never made a championship final at the SECs or the NCAAs. But his outdoor 110 hurdles kept improving. And as a junior, he made the SEC and NCAA finals in the same season. He finished 6th in the meet, going 13:71, a new PR. And as a senior, he seemed to drop the hurdles entirely, running the Open 100. And he didn't make the SEC final in the 100, but made it to the NCAA championships and finished 11th. He ran 10.12 seconds, wind legal, and actually showed up to the USATF Outdoor Championships, but he false started in that race. That is the last time we've ever seen Tony on the track, but he will go down as a very special talent at the collegiate level. Becoming the fastest 110 hurdler in high school is a great accomplishment, but all it really means is that you have great talent and great potential, which doesn't mean a whole lot if that potential is never realized. And the honorable mentions who did not make this list are proof that high school success is not the end of your track career, but rather the beginning of it. And one thing is for certain, that America has no shortage of talent at the high school level in the 110 hurdles. I'm Coach Rob, and thank you so much for watching this video. And if you want to see more content like this, then please like and subscribe.